Today I am celebrating Stewart Boyle, a man who I have been able to get to know as a friend over the last, must be about 15-20 years now. And my first meeting with him was when I was organising a festival, a family festival called Stenfest with some other friends. And he came up to me as a festival organiser. You're almost constantly surrounded by people asking for things, and he watched me from afar and carefully chose his moment to approach, seeing when the immediate demands on my attention had subsided, and reached out to me as a friend, seeing what I was going through, because it was very challenging, and made an invitation for me to go out and recover and recuperate in his woodland after the festival had finished and all of those kind of closing down things had subsided. And his invitation stayed with me for some time, and he made it again by text and by phone, and finally I gave in and made my way out to Lawton, this beautiful piece of woodland that I've recorded another film about that and what a significant place it went on to be for me. And he was a canny, he is a very canny Scottish man with a very charming manner about him. And he managed to tease many people out to his woodland, despite having these maps that were very difficult to decipher. And trying to, find your way there. But eventually I found my way there, and it was a great tonic for me. He was aware himself of what a tonic it is for human beings to be in nature, and he spent a lot of his time advocating for people to make their way out to the woodland and to get to enjoy the space that he made available to other people. Now, you might hear my children in the background, and they ended up spending a great deal of time out there on his woodland, or in his woodland. And it's funny because I say his woodland, obviously his name was on the deeds, but it wasn't just his, it was also shared with other people. But he also had an attitude towards the woodland of it, he was a custodian of them, a guardian of them, and he didn't consider it to be his domain. I always felt as if he honoured my God-given right as a human being to wander that land unimpeded. And when people, as if it's my land as much as his. And when we went to stay there, that attitude of respecting people's autonomy really imbued all of the events that happened there. He has a great deal of respect for other human beings, and although our viewpoints on many things differ greatly, it's funny having just rejoined Facebook and seeing some of the things that Stewart posts, and I find myself going, oh god, well, let's not talk about that, because actually the things that we disagree on are so irrelevant to the friendship and the respect and the warmth of human kindness that emanates from Stewart. I wouldn't, I could have a great debate with him about something, and still, for me, it wouldn't change anything about the great humanity that he's shown me and extends to the people that he encounters. He is very acutely aware of human suffering, his own personal suffering in his life, and through that I think is able to be extremely empathic to others. He saw what I needed at a time that I needed it, and it drew me to his woodland, and I ended up then going there every year for weeks, at least a week every year for the next, how long was it, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. And like I say, there's another video about what a significant place that became for me. But really I want to take a moment to honour the genius of Stewart Boyle in his manner for bringing people together. He always used to organise Burns nights at his house in Ringmer outside Lewes when he was still living here. He now lives in Portugal. I have no doubt that he's bringing people together there, because that's something that he loves to do. He loves to see humans in connection, in contact with each other, and the world is a better place for all the contributions that Stewart has made to bonding small communities and friendships between people. I really am very grateful for the impact that he's had on my life, and here's just a brief moment to celebrate Stewart Boyle. Much love.